Alright guys, so we're going to take y'all start to finish on how we milk our 9 goats with our new simple pulse machine behind us, so y'all can see it in action and how quick it milks all these goats, and give you a little detail about each goat as they get up on the milk stand.
So Samantha's wiping down the teats, and she stripped it to clear out the orifices in the udders. Now she's putting on the simple pulse. Just like that. See the milk start coming out. So now what she's doing, going here over here to the next goat. Wiping them down. Do the first squeeze for the strip cup. Now she's waiting for this dough to be done. Which dough is this?
Sugar.
Sugar?
Sugar.
Sugar.
Janice.
So Samantha notices that sometimes they don't quite milk them out all the way, so usually she gives them a few more squeezes. Get the last little bit out. And we're doing this primarily because we're wanting milk production for our milking test we're doing. So the more you milk out, the more milk they will produce or keep producing. But the simple pulse does a pretty good job. Now Janice is getting drained. Samantha's put the fight back on the udder of Sugar, and now Sugar is ready to go out. Here she goes. Samantha gets the 18% lactation pellet that we get from Cruiser's Pride.
Co-op.
Cruiser's Co-op. Put that in there. Another goat. Oh, hey. Another goat comes up by herself, and this one's
This is Rain.
Rain. She wipes the teeth. Strips the milk. Now she's ready while she's eating. There's Janice, she's still pumping out some milk. You got the vented lids or the non-vented lids?
These are the non-vented.
So right now Samantha's trying the non-vented. Although the owner of Simple Pulse says she prefers the vented.
I'm trying to see what the difference is, see which one we like the best.
Right.
The only difference really is this one doesn't milk out as fast and it's quieter. That's the only difference. The vented one sucks more air, so the milk is moved faster and milks faster.
If you look, you'll see as they're at the bottom, you don't really see much more milk coming out, so we know the milk machine's about to squeeze all the milk it can. This is where Samantha, once again, she does hand milk. The little bit, a few squeezes left, is because we're trying to get all the milk production we can to get our milk stars for these goats.
That the milking machine's not designed to milk them out completely. The only thing that'll do that is hand milking and a baby goat. Will strip them out completely, so a machine will always leave some milk behind, and if you leave it, it tells their body they don't have to produce any more milk because the baby they think they're feeding is getting enough. So by stripping them out completely, it stimulates them to continuously fill up their udder to keep feeding what's stripping them out. She's one of our heavier milkers too, so she's got quite a bit of milk that she likes to hold up high and not let down too, so hand milk her out just a little bit more than the other ones.
Now she's done. And Samantha helps get some of the milk out of the line.
Keeps the foam down.
Right. And she goes and puts it back on the next goat. And that one's going good. Spray some fight back on the next goat.
Thank you, girl.
Now, you ready to go out?
Your turn. Patiently waiting.
Which one's this?
Josephine. You're gonna stand all wonky, nobody can see.
So as we're filming this, interesting thing to note, in our last video about the Simple Pulse, Simple Pulse saw the video and contacted us based off our serial number that we mentioned. And they talked to Samantha for a good, what, 20-30 minutes? And so one thing, if you remember in the video, was the springs and the motor getting all shifted around. Well, so they sent us new springs and bolts, and they're trying to figure out, I don't know if they already have, a different way to ship so that stuff won't toss around like it was. They noticed the foaming issue we were having, and apparently they didn't have that issue when they were doing all the tests in the winter and no humidity. But now that it's summertime and humidity, the foaming is happening more. So, yeah, the milk foams. So apparently they're experimenting with a 3D printed attachment that they're supposed to send to us to try to help prevent the foaming. And then something we have yet to experiment with is there's apparently an easier cleaning method than even what we've been doing. But we're lucky enough we have a sink and everything right here, so we just pull it off and clean it. But it might even be easier. We probably don't even be doing that. So awesome for them with their customer service and reaching out to us. And I thought that was pretty awesome. But we've been using this machine now for what, 2 weeks?
Monday will be 2 weeks. No, what's today? Today is 2 weeks. So we've had it. I think Monday was when we put it all together and started using it.
But Samantha was real happy with it.
It's definitely cut down our milk time.
Oh yeah, this is, as y'all can see, the kind of process. I don't know how many goats we've already been through, but
I think this is number 4 and 5, so we're at the halfway mark.
And we're only 10 minutes in.
Definitely saves my hand too.
Right, that's the biggest thing, is saves her and the daughter's hand. And there's another thing. Normally it takes us hand milking with Riley, our oldest here, an hour and a half-ish, and we are pretty much already more than halfway done in 10 minutes. With Samantha doing it by herself. No, not that one. Goose.
I always have their favorite. Hey. Come on, Goose.
Hey. No, not that one.
Hey. Come on. You always have your morning. Come on. No, wait.
This one. There you go.
Such a goober. No, you have your morning.
By the way, if this video looks different, we're actually doing this on a actual camera that we bought about a year and a half ago that we never used. Now we're actually trying to use it instead of my cell phone. So I'm learning the camera, so excuse me if it's a little rough. Oh, which one was the white one it's got on?
The white one's Dancer, this is Goldie.
Alright, there's Goldie. So we do have a Goldie and Golden Dots.
Yes.
And I always get them confused.
Doesn't help if they're the same color either.
Right. So Samantha lifts it up, helps get the big fluid out of the line.
Keeps the air bubbles down and the foam down. Get it to the machine faster. How you always mess your collar up. No. Always get it twisted.
Miss Cheesy Poo. Pretty sure she's one of Samantha's favorites.
My favorite. You're my favorite registered one. I can't say you're my favorite. Holly. But she is our biggest milker. She's a 4-year-old third freshener. She's our biggest milker right now. And she is the first one in our herd that has earned her milk star unofficially. Because we still have a couple more tests to go. But as far as her protein and butter fat so far on 5 tests, she's already met all the requirements for those 2. We're working on the 3rd one.
So although none of our does officially have their milk star yet, when Samantha bought, she did a lot of research and going back and forth and then trying to convince me that she can spend this money on these goats. And it looks like it's going to turn out and work, because it looks like pretty much all of our goats, for the most part, are going to get their milk stars.
And most of our goats are from unknown herds too, so a lot of theirs don't have the proven as far as the milk testing and, you know, doing the linear appraisal and stuff like that. So we're working towards getting our goats proven, so that way we can say we put the effort into having them proven. You're my stubborn one who doesn't like to go out by herself. Alright, come on, girl. Come on. A mess. Tiny little hot mess.
You have to switch jars?
Huh?
You have to switch jars?
No.
You think so?
So this here is Smudge, and she is a 2-year-old, almost 2-year-old first freshener, and the lowest on the milk production as far as testing goes. And Cheese is number 1, and Smudge is number 9. And although she's a first freshener, she still has a lot more maturing to do. And I'm hoping next year she gives us more than just a single boy. So that way her udder will hopefully grow in capacity and she'll have more milk. But she's pretty much done, so we'll see.
So this video is 2 days before we get on the Houston news, and to say that Samantha is not freaking out is an understatement. She is nervous, she's excited. But here is Saturday before the Monday they come, and there's a million things we want to still try to do on the farm that, you know what, probably won't even matter for the news thing. It probably won't even be shown. And I'm kind of the same way. But we're still trying to do everything we can. And it's mainly just push us to do projects that we already plan on doing.
We were going to wait till the winter.
We're going to wait till the winter to do.
We've been out here in 95-degree heat with a fuel flag of 119, and we're definitely worn out, but we're excited to see where it takes us, and we're thankful for all the support we get. It definitely means a bunch to be able to teach as what we've been taught and continue to learn and grow.
And we really enjoy sharing it with all y'all. And for us, we're real excited how y'all are just helping us grow to maybe we can actually make this a feasible living for us. You know, we're not trying to become millionaires or anything. We're just trying to actually live a simple life and help, you know, raise the kids right and let them know that that life's not all about work and making money and spending money. Just enjoying life with the family and your friends and nature and outside. So is that it?
That's it.
Alright, so we just milked 9 goats that in theory all have their milk stars in 22 minutes. And this would take an hour and a half with Samantha and our oldest daughter to do it by hand. So that just tells you how fast this milking machine makes life easier.
We got a full gallon.
Yeah, we got a full gallon today. Let's see if I can zoom in with this camera.
And that's on a, let's see, we milked at 7, roughly 13 hours since our last milking.
And it's hot, so their milking's down too. But this is great because next year, now Samantha, we're gonna have 19 does in milk.
By the end of March next year, we'll have, give or take, 19 in milk. And we'll be doing the milk testing again for everybody. But by doing March being the end, and they have to have 8 tests in at 240 days of milk, so we'll be done with milk tests for everybody before the fall starts up again with the next year's babies. So it's just a cycle, spring and fall.
Right.
But instead of being spread out this year, we started the end of January and we didn't finish kidding until almost the end of May. And so it's putting everybody spaced out wise as far as getting everybody on milk tests. Our last doe won't finish her 8th test until January. The one that had her babies the end of May. So it kind of puts a strain on everybody being so far apart in their milking that we try to plan to give them a break, you know, when they're pregnant, when they're not pregnant, and everything else. And for next year, we're hoping to be done by March, so that way when show season starts, all the goats are either already had their babies and back in condition to show, the babies are old enough to show, and we can do linear appraisal if it's in April like it was scheduled for this year. Everybody will already have their babies and we can get a good scoring of everybody. So a lot of planning is going into breeding season and making it happen, and trying to work with this year and all the ups and downs we've had, but we've learned a lot. We're growing a lot from that, and you can only get better from there, right?
But the big thing is, this machine, we're doing 19 goats, we wouldn't be able to do that by hand.
We would, but it would take up a big chunk of our day,
Right.
and then we'd be trying to get everything else done too.
But by judging by this, it'll take 40 minutes, 45 minutes to do 19 goats.
If that.
Right.
It won't take that long.
But then we also think next year a lot of these are quote unquote first fresheners that was just
No.
they
We'll have. Oh, you're talking about the ones that are first fresheners this year?
yeah, they'll be producing more milk. So I mean, I guess next year's a potential of us doing 4 to 5, maybe who knows, 6 gallons a day of milk.
And their peak milking time, yeah.
Right.
It's easily feasible.
So for us, it's how we can use that milk. So we can use it on the soaps, use it on the lotions, we use it as animal feed. Of course, we make it for our own food. But we're real excited. The farm's finally getting to the point where I think we can actually have a successful business, hopefully. And maybe Samantha and I can live the dream and be our own bosses. Full gallon. Now we did have some because of the foaming. I don't know if you can see. It's been taken out. Some go in our little overflow tank.
Which happens. We'll clean it out.
Uh-huh.
But instead of dirtying a jar for just an itty bitty bit of milk, the overflow goes through, and so you just wash it through the machine and it goes out, so it'll clean itself.
Right. Not a big deal at all.
It's very easy to do.
But anyway, I guess that's it on this video. And Samantha and I will be updating the Facebook page and our YouTube as much as possible.
Sweating. It's hot. It's gross. I know. It's gross.
So until next time, guys, we love you, and we'll see you later. Yeah, like and subscribe, share us, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.